Hello friends, I'm Larry with Rides Done Right, and we are at the Ridge on a Moto Vixens track weekend, and my guest today is Caroline Olsen. Caroline, it's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
We went through the Jason Pridmore School, and Jason, when somebody like that picks you to join them and do stuff, you have to kind of be good, and you're not riding in the organization that you are racing in for no reason. Why don't you talk about how things are going with your racing career and how you got into this?
Well, I'm originally from Norway. I started racing in 2008, and then I did a lot of racing back home. Won a championship, traveled to Europe, and then I just felt like it was time for me to take a step out and get tougher competition, try something new. And that's when my coach back home, he knew Jason from back in the day, and he kind of put us in touch. So in 2013, I had my first year over here, and since then I've been racing in the AMA, which is now MotoAmerica, in the super sport class.
Let's talk about your finishes and stuff, because it's real important for people to understand that you grid up with a certain number of racers. Guys, gals, it doesn't matter. You are gridded based on how you qualify and where you're at, and then how you finish in those races. How is that going? How's the season going for you?
Pretty good. I had a big wreck in 2017. I was at New Jersey that year, struggling a little bit, and in one of the sessions I lost my brakes coming down the front straightaway. And
how fast were you going?
About 140 miles per hour when I crossed the finish line, and obviously it never slowed down. So hit the tire barrier at about 135 miles per hour, and fractured a couple of vertebrae, broke my fibula, badly bruised my lungs, concussion, collarbone, the whole bit. But the biggest part to get over was the mental part. Like, I've had a couple of big crashes before, but the big thing was obviously getting over. You just gotta be so free-minded when you're racing. You can't really have anything subconsciously telling you not to go faster, not to do this, not to push yourself. And that's kind of the spot I've been in for the last 1.5 years. And I finally start breaking out of my shell a little bit. And at Utah round 5 of MotoAmerica, I finally started to see some progress. We were only 0.5 off top 10 in qualifying. And we were doing pretty good. I was battling for 12th in the race, and my team did an amazing job. I don't think I've really been with a team of this caliber before. I love my bike. I'm in love with my teammates and the people around me, so everything is going pretty good so far this year.
Well, let's talk about how you now have been an instructor, and this isn't just like today. How long have you been with Jason Pridmore's school?
So when I came here in 2013, I was one of the students, and over the last 6 years, that's just developed, and the last 3 years really is where I have helped on more on a teaching basis, a lot of one-on-ones, and gives me a lot to help others like he helped me in the beginning. So having a lot of fun.
Is it part of your personality to be, are you naturally outgoing, or because when you're an instructor, you have to be somewhat aggressive in your opinion, and are you a natural with that, or have you had to work with that in an instruction environment kind of thing?
I'm kind of like too much. So I've had to work on just like toning it back a bit, and I get so excited for the guys and girls that I'm working with. I want to give them all information at once. I've kind of learned how to give it out in portions and having doable assignments for every session, because it can be very overwhelming working with the coach and all of a sudden have a second set of eyes on your riding. So in areas I didn't think that I needed help, I've actually ended up improving the most, I feel. So it's been still a work in progress.
Well, I know that it was funny how we met after the track, because it was my first experience of how personal this was going to be for me, because I thought, well, we're in a classroom, and I'm just one just like everyone else. And I come off the track, and I have to preface that with, when I had seen you before we went out, I thought I saw you on a different motorcycle. So when I'm on the track, I get passed by someone, they give me the little tail me sign. So I'm then following that person as we're going, and they're showing me all this great stuff. And when I come off the track, you stop by my pit, and so does Oliver. And Oliver's right there talking about, he's the one who spoke first.
Yeah.
And he started talking about how he was watching me, and I could improve with this and that, and it was giving me advice. And I started giving him all this credit without paying attention to the bike. And I did not think that was, I thought you were just there hanging out with Oliver. And what you said to me later when you came up was, wow, you said all these really great things, and it was me that was in front of you.
Honest mistake, Oliver is only about 2 feet taller than me, like twice my size. Honest mistake, though, on your part. And the ponytail didn't give off at all, so.
It was funny.
No, but everyone kind of bounces off each other. So when I saw Oliver were following you after I kind of got with you for a couple of laps, I felt like, okay, Oliver got this handled, and that's kind of how we work. And I'm glad you like that.
You had me from the front, you had me from the back, and you came off and gave me great advice. And it's pretty funny because, I think a lot of us, when it comes to talking about lines on a track, feel like, wow, I kind of understand lines. It's all those other things I need to work on, so do I really need to do the lines? It was such good advice, because I know that you had to sense that I was having a hard time coming down that hill and getting through those corners, and you had said, you're going way out when you don't need to.
Jason's method of teaching, though, is to make everything simple. We don't have to go left to go right. When we can't make a straight line, let's do that. Let's not overcomplicate it for ourselves, because too many people do that. So I'm glad you could see the simple things and appreciate that.
It was funny because I rode the rest of the weekend that way, and most people took my old line, and so I'm going straight and they're going around, and it's like, I almost felt like I had to slow up, because once you showed me that, it's like, okay, well, that's how that goes. And as soon as you turned in, you're already right there. I just loved that, but that carried over into other places on the track that, again, I just hadn't thought, make those very straight. And anyway, it was something that you did right off the bat that set me at ease and really set the tone for how it was going to go for me. And I really respected you and how you were as an instructor. I saw you do that over and over and over again with everybody. It was really cool.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
The other thing that I like is that you in the classroom, and this is a cool thing about Jason, is that he really engages each of you guys as instructors and makes you a part of the classroom instruction as well.
Yep.
And it was cool how you would have your segments and talk about things on your own, and really great part. I also noticed that you do stuff with the technology. Is that kind of you? Because I see you behind the scenes kind of putting all that together for the crew. Is that part of your gig? Or
everyone that knows Jason knows that he is very technically challenged. So I've kind of just like taken over that role, and I think everyone's just super happy with that arrangement. But yeah, no, we're happy to give people back some video, because sometimes, I've had conversations with students and riders, and they're like, no, I have it pinned, or no, I'm only 4th gear. And then I have the video there showing that, dude, we're only half-assing throttling it, and no, you're not in the gear you think you're at. So for a lot of people, and still I find a lot of help actually watching videos of myself, especially working on body position and stuff like that. You feel like you're off the seat, but maybe not as much as you would think.
One of the things that I like that has happened is that you have this great connection with Moto Vixens, and Carol's super, and that you guys really have a connection.
She's
as
a
well.
badass.
Yeah. Well, she found one. So I think it's cool how you guys, how she recognizes you as a rider, and I really want to be clear here that Caroline is not here and a part of this because she's pretty good and she's a girl, and then that's why Carol went for it. Carol picked out a great talent, some of the top talent, and is helping support someone that in a way that you deserve. This is not about male, female, anything like that. She picked out a good rider that happens to sync up beautifully with what she does, which again, Moto Vixens is not a girl thing. This is a group of people that are just, in my opinion, cool people to hang out with.
Thank you very much. No, Carol she's been pretty amazing, and if it wasn't for her, honestly, I wouldn't have been racing the last couple of years. Like, I have struggled since I got to the States. Like, the first thing that happened off the bat in 2013 was that I was involved in a massive off-the-line starting crash at MotoAmerica that crushed my shoulder. I tore my rotator cuff, all my ligaments, all my nerves. I was out for a year. I had a plate, 7 screws and a wire in my shoulder, couldn't ride, couldn't do anything. I came back, but I was hurting so bad, and I had to have another 2 surgeries before I was halfway decent. And then I came back here in 2016 and had like my first full year, honestly. And then I had another big accident in 17, and it's hard to find people that will truly stick by you through the good and the bad. And the last couple of years, she's been truly amazing. And I don't know, I could never repay her for everything she's done for me. I do, however, think it's a great thing that we together, even though Moto Vixens is a lot more than just girl power, I think it's great to get a girl out there. We're actually quite a few legit girls out there right now that are racing. You have Lucy Glockner from Germany, who's doing really good in world endurance. You have Maria Herrera, Anna Carrasco. You've had and have fast girls here in the States like Melissa Paris and Elena Myers. Like, there is more. It's more common now to see fast girls, and when I have small girls coming up to me at race weekends wanting my autograph and wanting to ride like me, like, that is the best feeling ever. So the fact that Carol has given me the opportunity not only to race, but in some ways be a role model for other girls, I think is a great thing.
I like that, and you guys need to understand this, that you guys have a great banter in social media. So she's a natural great promoter anyway, so it's cute to be able to watch and see what you guys are doing and how you'll go back and forth on things. So definitely be watching for them online.
We everything that we put online is pretty censored, though, I have to say. We talk a lot more freely when they're just the two of us. Like, she is a badass, and she says it like it is. She's not afraid to speak her mind, and I love that. She's not tiptoeing around anyone. So I can appreciate a woman that's trying to make it in such a male-dominated sport on a different arena than what I'm at.
Yeah,
so
that's cool. It's neat. It gives us a platform, and then we get to come and enjoy it. So it's been a great pleasure for me to get to meet you and have experienced your talent specifically on the track. So
I really appreciate you coming, and we've had 2 amazing days. Like, the weather's been amazing. The day went by so smoothly, and the fact that you and everyone else has been so happy is great.
It was amazing. So looking forward to seeing you in the future and doing more with you, and all you guys watch for her out on the track. She's on TV regularly in AMA, so MotoAmerica, so be watching for her, and best wishes for you and good luck as you go forward.
Thank you.
We'll see you guys next time.
See ya.